Well, hello everyone, my name's Gary and I'm just back with another power station review. This is the Vtoman Jump 1500. I did purchase this myself with my own money. This hasn't been sent to me by any company for review. I'm just wanting to give you my honest opinion of what I think of it. So this is a pure sine wave unit with a 825 watt hour capacity with a 1500 watt continuous output, which peaks at around 3000 watt. Connection wise, you've got your 3 AC sockets, 4 USBs, 2 Type Cs, 2 DCs with your 12 volt output there, and 2 DC inputs for solar charging or your mains charger. And you've actually got these 2 ports here. One is for your car cables, because this unit actually acts as a jump starter pack for a vehicle. And then you've got the connection port there to attach the add-on battery. So this unit is quite heavy, weighs around 14 kilos, so I don't think it's something you want to be carrying about all over the place. I use mine in my house, in my camper van, and I carry them to my shed to solar charge, so it's not something I'd want to be carrying about all the time, but once it's, in a van or motorhome, then I'm sure it wouldn't bother you. So I've used this with a toaster, which was around 800 watt, a hairdryer, which on full power was around 1540 watts. I did only use the hairdryer for about 2 minutes and then I turned it off, but it seemed to power that fine. And then an air fryer, I did actually do a full cook on an air fryer until it ran out. It powered my air fryer, which is just under 1400 watts for 42 minutes, and it handled that no bother. So it does offer you, plenty of power to use the majority of appliances with that 1500 watt option. Now, I have had a couple of issues with this unit. For one, it's when charging it, it's got some inconsistent charging. It normally charges at around 180 watts, but I have had on the odd occasion where it will only be charging at 120 watts, and then I'll turn it off at the wall, turn it back on, and then it charges as it should do at the normal rated power of around 180. I've carried out probably 3 or 4 charge cycles on this so far, and again there's been inconsistencies. One of the charges has took 4 hours 21 minutes, only giving a fully charged capacity of 777 watt hours, and then another charge cycle has took 4 hours 33 minutes, giving a full capacity charge of 791 watt hours. Now this unit is supposed to be 825 watt hours, so based on them figures, I have been using a power meter to carry out all my tests, so that tells me all that data. And based on them tests, it's not charging to 825. By all rights, it should be charging over that. Other power stations I've had always charge a little bit over, but this is charging under what it's supposed to be continuously when I charge it, so I don't know, what the problem is. And on discharge, I've tested it on discharge via the AC ports with the power meter, and it only gave me a actual usable power of 575 watt hours. I've done it a couple of times. It's been around the 575-75 region, which actually makes this unit only around 70% efficient, which is poor. For me, it should be higher than that, and I'm sure if you look at the spec, it's probably saying it's around the 80-85 region, which based on the tests I've done, it isn't. Now, I have contacted Vtoman about these issues. They've been okay. They did actually say that the charging, even though the figures were lower, that's normal because there is inconsistencies. Well, I don't accept that, so I wouldn't be happy with that. They did say that they'd send me some prepaid labels to return it if I want to return it, so they seem to be on point with the customer services so far, but I guess only time will tell. Now, a big disadvantage on this unit, as far as I'm concerned, is the fan. The fan is just way too loud. If I was using this in my camper van, it would just do my head in. Using it when I was using my air fryer wasn't so much of a problem because the overhead extractor fan was on, so that was obviously noisy as well, so that wasn't a problem. I mean, the fan doesn't, when you're using lower powered items, I've used a 600 watt heater and the fan was only intermittent, but when it does come on, you know it's on. I mean, if I'm upstairs in my house, I can hear it downstairs, no bother, and it is very, very loud. I've used other power stations that I thought had a loud fan. This is on a whole different level as far as I'm concerned. And if I'm to send it back, that will be the contributing factor to it. I mean, I actually bought this as part of a bundle that came with the add-on battery, the 1548 watt hour add-on battery that connects to this port here. So you've obviously got that extra capacity. I bought it. I bought the bundle at a bargain price when the Black Friday sales first started on Amazon. I don't think it'll ever be seen at that price again. I don't know if it was a mistake, but I don't think it'll ever be seen at that price again. So that was making me want to keep hold of it because it made sense price wise. I mean, I paid less for the two combined than what you'd actually pay for the power station on its own, or probably even the battery on its own. So that makes me think I should keep it, but based on the battery is the same size as the power station. It's got the same handle on the top. It would have made more sense to me if you could have stacked the power station on top of the battery, so that enables you, you don't need as much space when you're going to use the two together, because you can't charge the battery up separate. The battery has to be charged when connected to the main unit. Now, I like to charge my items up via solar, and I use them around my house as well to transfer that energy to the house. But lifting them two units about just would not interest me at all. And if I was going to use them in my camper van, I'd just have no room for that second unit. I have a shelf in my van designed that sits my power stations on it. If I could stack them, it would be fine, but I just can't fit two units of that size side by side in my van. And for that reason, I think I'd use this main unit, the actual power station itself, but the battery I think I would never be using, and it would just be a waste, just sat there doing nothing. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm probably 99% sure that I'm going to return it, and that, like I said, the fan is a massive contribution to that. It's just, I've used it watching my TV, and when the fan comes on, it's just overpowering. You find if you're having a conversation with someone, you just stop talking till it's finished, and it's just so loud for that. So that factor alone, I just think it's not for me. Anyway, I hope this review's helpful to somebody. I like to be as honest as I can. And once again, thanks for watching.